Little low light. We made a little accomplishment today. We got the oh, can't see it from that side. That transfer case in, that was a bitch, man. That thing is heavy, but it's in there, bolted up, ready to go. And I got a few more parts today. I got a shock mount for the upper. Terry couldn't find his, and friend dug that up for me, so I got one for over here now, and I got the one on the other side. I just need the bottom pieces. Got a good universal joint because this one's bad. It's got a little slop in it, so we're going to swap that out. And I got a good box here off a pickup truck that I'm going to put in there. It's no leaks, works real smooth, and the adjusting screws all the way at the top, so that ought to be a good one. So yeah, so we're making a little progress. Here's one of my tools here. I hate it when that happens. That's my son. Anyway, yeah, I've been doing some work today, and you know, got a little bit done, not a whole lot, but something. So we got that in place, and I got to go in here and shut the radio off because YouTube police will get me. I got so many seconds to get to it. There we go. Sound effect. There we go. So anyway, got some parts primed today at the fender for the Beetle prime there. That's the one for this convertible. It's all looking really nice and guy coated up. And got one of the Nova fenders in primer and guy coated, ready for the first block, so that'll be sweet. And prime that one more time. And I got all my suspension parts primed. Well, everything that I had prepped. I got to break down the tie rods and get those all stripped up and sandblast all that stuff and repaint all that, and then break the spindles down and turn the rotors and stuff. And yeah, I already got the calipers rebuilt in the cabinet over here somewhere. And yeah, we'll get some paint on that stuff and press the ball joints in. I primed one frame rail, but the one over there is not quite ready yet, so still working on that side. But I did work on it. Even threw a little primer down in that, keep it from you know, rusting away. And me and Hans dug the hood up for his Bronco there, so we're gonna get that stripped down and get that primered. It's a little rustical, but no holes. You know, the one on the truck's got big ass holes in the front, so this is got a few right there, not all the way through. You know, it's a mud truck. We're gonna fix it up halfway decent, but it'll be rusting as soon as we paint it, I'm sure. So the hood is what it is. The one on the truck's pretty bad, and we've got some cab welding to do, but I'm gonna basically just paint the front clip first. I got the hood, 2 new doors, 2 new fenders, and we'll paint those all together and pop them on the truck. And the doors have been bouncing around in Hans's room, so yeah, might have to fix some dents in them. So he's supposed to bring those out here tonight somewhere and get those leaning up somewhere, and we'll start working on it a little at a time. You know, we're making progress on it, and that's good, as long as we can get rid of parts like this. This is another part out of the yard that'll be on the truck, so that's good news. So, all right, I'm gonna keep this short. I primed my Cadillac piece for the STS, and it got a little bit of wrinkling right there. I don't know if you can see that. A little cracking like the desert. So, didn't like something there. We'll get that sanded down. Gonna sand it down, and I'm gonna use some waterborne primer on it. Should have just used water primer on it to begin with. Water works really good. Somebody had sanded this applique already and busted the plastic open, and you know, I cleaned it and prepped it and everything, but it still had a reaction there. So the solvents in the urethane primer sometimes can attack the plastic. So what we'll do is we'll scuff that lightly, and we'll put some waterborne primer down. It's the same stuff you use on like the Saturn panels and mirrors and stuff, and it won't have a reaction, and it'll let us get that painted for the guy. So he was all right though. He stopped by and you know, he wasn't too big of a hurry for it. I'm sure he wants it back on the car, but you know, he wants it to be right too. So that's what's going on. And somebody asked me to do a shout out for Mr. CW, and I haven't seen Mr. CW's videos in a while, so I had Andrea call Pisser, and Pisser will check up on him, and I'll get back for you guys that were asking. So anybody that doesn't know who Mr. CW is, that's Corvair Wild, Mr. Corvair Wild, and he usually puts videos up every day, but it's been a couple days and I haven't seen any videos. So when guys put videos up all the time and they disappear like that, people get nervous. So I understand it, and I'll try to find out something for you on that one. So yeah, that's about it. We'll just wrap that up, and I'm gonna go inside and have some something, I don't know, to eat or something, and come back out here and work on this other side of the firewall a little bit. And I'm gonna throw some epoxy over all this. I just had a little primer left, so I just hit that rail with it, and this part of the firewall. Yeah, man, I really should probably replace that piece. It's got a million freaking holes in it, and I bet wires used to run through all those holes, believe it or not. But I don't know. We'll think of something for that. I'm not too worried about that. I got this cleaned up in here. I do have all the seem to have all the linkage pieces for the wiper arm, and mat, and slow SRT mat, and Chris 1969 Nova. Nova gave me the Chris gave me the wiper motor, and Matt gave me the little linkage piece that goes from the motor over to the linkage. So yeah, it'll be the first time this car's had wipers in a long time, so that's pretty cool. And used to use Rain-X. I'm sure a lot of guys know about the Rain-X, you know. But that's about it. I was looking for that picture for some of you guys that hadn't seen the Nova done. I thought it was back here, but maybe not. I don't know much anymore. Somewhere in the stacks of stuff here. Oh, Yahooban, I gotta get him a gasket while I'm back here and nail it out to him. So I'm gonna send you a rubber one, Yahooban, and I'm gonna send you a composite one. I'll put those in an envelope. And oh shit, I got a tank gasket somewhere. I should have a tank gasket. I'll find you a tank gasket and send that also, because I saw HO Motorsports video, and he said that he had a tank issue, and that can be a problem. Here's one of the clutches that we used to use on the go-kart. I don't even know these are still in people still use these or not. I know they make lighter ones, but it's got a steel floater and 2 friction plates, and you can adjust the weight, the stall speed, and the way it applies by adding or taking off weight of those arms. This is an exact duplicate of a top fuel clutch and a top fuel dragster. This is exactly how the principle of how it works. Alcohol funny car is the same way. The only difference between a fuel car and an alcohol car is on a fuel car, they move the release bearing away from the pressure plate in stages. And on an alcohol car, it's all set off the static and the weight here where it applies as it goes down the track. So pretty cool. So yep, there we go. I tricked those out when I came, when we started go-kart racing. Bought those clutches and I was like, wow, this looks familiar. So did some of the funny car tricks to the clutch packs, and they work pretty good on a smaller scale. So they hit really hard. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. I can't find that picture, and gotta get back on this motor. And I've just been doing other stuff today, so I had the bag over this. And yeah, so I'm babbling on now. So you guys take it easy, and I'm gonna go watch some videos, I guess, and then come back out here and make a few more videos or something like that, you know. But I do got a gas tank here. I want to show. I didn't know if you could use this. This might be, you know, too big for you. This is a go-kart tank, and it's got a, you know, it's all been panel bond down there. We used to weld them. We used to weld these tanks up, and we stopped welding them, and we used panel bond instead because the panel bond doesn't fatigue the metal. And when you weld these tanks, it's so thin that they crack right where you weld them because you have a hard weld in the soft tank. So what we started doing was using the door skin panel bond or the quarter panel bond. We'd put this little brace in, and then we'd coat the whole bottom of the tank, and never had one fail ever. You can see that's all panel bond back there, and these go through a lot of vibration. But this is the tank, and that's the gasket right there that HO Motorsports was talking about. And that's the little well down in there. You can see that. That's the tank. That's where it sucks the gas up to that hole like he was telling you, and then it dumps it over here into the well, and then it picks it up from there to the main jet. So this tank's still spotless down inside, no corrosion. So I don't know if you could use that. Let me know, PM me. And if you can, I'll send it out. And then here's that drill right there. If you want that, I'll send that to you. It's 500 RPM. I believe that's probably maybe a polisher also. If you go over to Sadell's channel, he's got an antique buffer. Looks a little bit like that. Got the dual handle, and being that it's only 500 RPM, makes me think that it might be some sort of a buffer also. I got some paint here. I can show you guys the paint for this beetle for Lily Balm. So let me show you that, and then it will be time to go. I know I do that all the time. I tell you, hey, it's the end of the video, and I just keep going and going and going. And I guess that's where editing would come in good. You know, you could edit that out, but you know, then you'd think I wasn't a scatterbrain. So, that's the charcoal. Damn it. Damn it, Gumby. I thought I brought the paint out, but I didn't. I'll bring that out later, and we'll do a video on that. So, alright guys, let me clean this mess up and get something to eat, and we'll come back out.